Hey guys, so today I'm filming a video on my Holy Grail eye products. I already filmed one on my face products, which I will have linked down below. I will also link my Holy Grail product playlist so you can see all of the future videos that will go into there. And I'm also going to leave a list of all the items that I mentioned down below so you can refer back to that. So I have quite a few products in this video because I'm including brow products and eye products. So I'm going to start with the brows. So all of my brow products go together to give me the perfect brow. I will have a routine coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. So I do own the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade and the NYX Eyebrow Gel, and while I do like them, they're not holy grails for me. First off, I find them harder to work with, especially on an everyday regular basis, and they don't give me my most preferred brow look. I much prefer to use a pencil powder combo. So the first product that is a must-have for me is my NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil. Now, a wax pencil is not necessary for everyone, especially if you have sparse brows. I have pretty thick brows with a lot of brow hair, so I like to use the wax pencil lightly over my brows to help hold them down, and this also gives a really nice base for my pencil and powder to stick to, be more pigmented and not be patchy. So moving on to brow pencils, my absolute favorite would be the Maybelline Define a Brow in Dark Blonde and the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Ash Blonde Taupe. Both of these work so perfect for me. So my left brow does not actually have a front to it, so I have to draw it on. These pencils work so perfectly at drawing onto skin and onto hair, which I really need because I don't have a front and I'm really lacking some tail area as well. So these pencils work perfectly for that. These also have a very fine point to them. The Anastasia is more fine than the Maybelline, but both of them work really well for me. I love the consistency and the colors are perfect. I have very ashy brows, so if I use a pencil with the slightest bit of red tones to it, it is super obvious on my skin. Both of these are the perfect cool tone color for me. I love the consistency and the application. These are just my Holy Grail brow pencils. So the powder I like to use on top of that would be my MAC eyeshadow in the shade Omega. This is another great cool tone color for blonde eyebrows, and because it is an eyeshadow, it is super pigmented and opaque. I am not one that likes that faded ombre brow. Because I don't have a front to my brow, it looks a hot mess. I am not a fan of that. I like full-on dramatic opaque brows, and this powder has the perfect tone to it and it has the perfect amount of pigmentation. I absolutely love this. You can see I have hit pan. The best brow powder I've tried so far. I like this a million times better than the Anastasia brow powders. For brow highlight, I have one. This is the Milani Brow and Eye Highlight in the shade number 2 Matte Cream Luminous Lift. Now this is more pink tone. Milani does sell one that has a more yellow tone to it, and I love the matte side. Also has a shimmer, but I haven't even used it once, but the matte is such a wonderful formula. I just apply it right under my brow. It blends out so perfectly and it gives my brow a more lifted and perfected appearance, so I love that. Then I have two brow gels that I really love. First is the Milani Brow Shaping Clear Gel, which looks like this. I love the brush. It's a really great size for the brows. This is a really nice formula to help keep your brows in place but not make them too crunchy. So I love this for a drugstore option, but my absolute favorite brow gel would be the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And it is true when people say it is like hairspray for your brows. Even if you have the most unruly brows, they are not going anywhere if you set them with that Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And I'm really excited because the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty is starting on the 15th of March, and on March 30th, the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel is going to be on sale for 50% off, which means you can pick it up for $11. So I'm going to be getting one or two of them because I love it so much and I don't want to be without it. The Milani works well as a drugstore option, but the Anastasia performs much better, and it also has lasted me a lot longer and has much more product. This is a pretty small tube, but if you don't want to spend the money on Anastasia, the Milani works really well too. So now moving on to the eye products. First is my Holy Grail eyeshadow primer, which is the Milani shadow primer. This works so well for my oily lids. So the e.l.f. eyelid primer used to be my favorite, but this works a lot better, and this blows Urban Decay Primer Potion out of the water. I have very oily lids, and this helps keep my shadows in place all day without creasing, which I really love. And I love the squeeze tube applicator. It's very easy to apply, and this is going to last you forever. forever. I've had this since last summer and I still have half of the tube left. So this is a great eyeshadow primer. Next I have some colored bases slash cream shadows that I'm obsessed with. I fell in love with these a couple years ago and they have stood the test of time. So first off would be the Maybelline Color Tattoos. I have several of these. I have some of their permanent collection, some discontinued shades, and some limited edition shades, but I wanted to just show you two of their permanent ones that I love. First off is Bad to the Bronze, which is a really pretty cool tone bronze color, and as you can see I've used a ton of that one. It's really pigmented and metallic. And then I have the shade Tough as Taupe, which is a matte shade, and this is kind of a concrete color. It's not super pretty, but I love using this under any deep shadows to make them even more intense, and it works great in the crease. So I love both of these. They work well in my oily lids. They don't crease on me. You can wear them on their own or as bases to make your shadows more vibrant, so that is why I love these and I have a ton of them. They do tend to dry out kind of quickly, but all you need to do is take a toothpick and just break up the product, smooth it back down with your finger, and it's perfect again. My other favorite eyeshadow bases would be the Milani Shadow Eyes pencils. I again have some of their permanent, discontinued, and limited edition shades. These are two of their permanent shades and they're both matte. We have Almond Cream and Cafe au Lait. I've used these a ton. They perform really well and they go onto the eye very easily. I just draw them on and then blend them out with my finger or a brush. You do need to work with these quickly because they do set pretty fast, but once they're on there, they're not moving. So those are my favorite cream bases. Next, I have two staple single shadows that you've seen in my monthly makeup basket all the time, and they are two matte shades. First, we have Wet n Wild Single and Brulee, which is a beautiful matte cream, super pigmented and blendable. I love using this as a brow highlight. I'm using it today. And then my favorite transition color is from the Milani Bella Eyes eyeshadow collection. I have a review, I'll link it down below. This is a shade number 3 Bella Cappuccino. This is a neutral tone, leaning a bit cool, light tan color, which works as a perfect transition shade. Again, using it today. I use these so much. If I want a very basic look to just cover the discoloration on my lids and give me some slight definition in the crease, I use both of these and then I'll go with more of a bold lip. But these are so incredible. I love the formula and the colors of both of these and I could not be without them. Next, I have some more fun single shadows. These are from ColourPop. Now, I have several ColourPop shadows, but these are two of my most favorite and most used. The first one I have here is Sequin, which is a metallic finish. This is somewhere in between a rose gold and a copper. I have a tutorial using this. I'll have it linked down below, but I'm sure you guys have heard all about the ColourPop shadows. I have a review of these as well, which I will link down below, and I just love them on the lid. They give that perfect pop. Then I have the shade Get Lucky, which is an ultra metallic gold. I loved this in the winter with a really nice burgundy lip. So pigmented and beautiful. I love the metallic shades the most, but again, I love all these shadows, but these two are my most used. Next, I have this Almay Trio for Greens in the shade 024. This is a discontinued product, but the shades are not super unique. You would definitely find these shades from other brands in other palettes or singles, but this is so complimentary for my green eyes and really makes them stand out and pop, which I love. I do have a tutorial on this, which I will link it down below. I really love the way that look turned out, but this is so beautiful and the formula is really great and pigmented and blendable without being overly blendable. I haven't tried any of the new Almay shadows to see how they compare, but I really love this one, and I did want to mention even though it was discontinued, so I'm sorry about that. So if you guys know me, then you know what my favorite eyeshadow brand is. MAC. I love MAC shadows. This is my 15 pan palette, and these are the 4 shades I pulled out for the springtime, just some more colorful shades, but this is what my palette looks like. I have mine organized by warm tones, cool tones, and brights, so I really love the layout of this. Now, MAC shadows work awesome. I love their shimmer finishes and their matte finishes. They are very pigmented and very blendable without being overly blendable. I much prefer these to Urban Decay and to Kat Von D Eyeshadows. I think that they work really well, have some of the best colors, great formulas, and I have several tutorials using those shadows. My favorite pre-made palette of all time would be theBalm Meet Matte Nude. I have a get ready with me using this. I'll have it linked down below. But these are 9 matte neutral shadows that work great in the crease, outer corner. We have some options for transition and lid shades, but my favorite go-to look is using Matte Malloy, which is the white shade, Matte Sing, which is this peachy tan, which is seriously the best transition color ever, and then Matte Rose, which is this warm tone brown. I wear that look a ton, but the formula of these are really pigmented and blendable without being overly blendable, which is something really important to me. So if you guys have seen any video from me, you know what my favorite liquid liner is. Maybelline Line Stiletto Liquid Liner in Blackest Black, baby. This is a felt tip applicator that is not too long, not too short, not too skinny, not too fat, not too flimsy, and not too stiff. This is perfect. I recommend this for beginners or for pros when it comes to liner. This is very simple to use. The only thing is that it is not waterproof, which I wish it was, but everything else about this is perfect. I have tried a ton of mascaras, but my 3 must-haves would be all from the drugstore. The first one I have is the Maybelline Falsies, which gives me some really nice volume. This is what the brush looks like. Then we have the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes, which has this great scoop to it, which really helps lift my lashes and make them look really long. And then we have the Rimmel Lash Accelerator, which makes my lashes really thick and super black. So I love all 3 of those mascaras as individuals and paired together to give a great full long lash look. So guys, those were my Holy Grail eye products. I would love to know yours in a comment down below. Let me know if you have tried any of these items and what your thoughts are on them. Thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.